400 years ago, the Pilgrims stepped onto the rocky shores of Plymouth, seeking a place to worship freely and build a godly society. New England became the cradle of American Christianity. It was home to the first Great Awakening under preachers like Jonathan Edwards and Shubal Stearns, and it became the launchpad for missions that spread the gospel across America and around the world. Shubal Stearns grew up in Boston, started a church in Kittery, Maine. Then he moved his church from Maine to Sandy Creek, North Carolina to evangelize the South. And yes, the majority of the church congregation moved with him to Sandy Creek. Out of that church, the Sandy Creek Revival marched across the South, planting thousands of churches, creating what we now call the Bible Belt. From New England, revivals swept the land. Universities like Harvard and Yale were founded to train ministers. From these shores, missionaries were sent to the frontiers and foreign fields, igniting faith that shaped nations. Adoniram Judson grew up in Boston and traveled to Burma to evangelize and plant churches in Southeast Asia. But today, that flame has dimmed. New England, once the spiritual heart of America, is now the least religious region in the nation. Only about 3% of people attend an evangelical church on any given Sunday. Many historic church buildings stand empty or repurposed, their pews silent. Nationwide, Christianity has seen decades of decline, but New England leads the way in secularism. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Massachusetts consistently rank among the least religious states in America. Millions live without the hope of the gospel, indifferent or unaware. This isn't just statistics, it's souls in need of Christ. We have been called by God to preach the gospel and plant local New Testament churches in New England. My name is Andrew, this is my wife Naomi, and our son Joseph. I was saved at the age of 9 after hearing the gospel preached, and at 16 I answered the call to missions.
I was saved at the age of 12 after wondering about my salvation for a few weeks. At the age of 16, I surrendered to be a ministry wife, and then God called me to the Crown College, where I received an associate's degree in health science, and I met Andrew.
We have a heavy burden for New England. Having been called by God, we're setting out to plant a local New Testament church in Lowell, Massachusetts, a city in the greater Boston area with 115,000 people. Of this 115,000, 1% faithfully attends an evangelical church. It is a high business city comprised of wealthy industrymen and the lower class. Our plan is to reach out into the community with the gospel through door knocking, starting ministries in the local college campuses and high schools, and attending city meetings to get involved in the city's ongoing needs. Our goal is to establish a church in Lowell, Massachusetts that will continue in the doctrine of the Word of God and take the gospel to their community. We are being sent out of First Baptist Church of Atoka, Tennessee, and partnering with Worldwide New Testament Baptist Missions. Both our pastor and our mission board have a heart and a desire to see souls saved in New England. Will you partner with us to revisit the site of the Mayflower Landing to reseed New England?